just feel like there is something wrong in what I wrote, but I can't really tell you what it is. But my gut feeling is not feeling good about this. Hello everyone, it's Elena and I'm back with another exchange student vlog, and my life is currently going as well as the European Championship went for the German national football team, so clearly it's going amazing. So here's why. I have 3 exams this week. I already have 1 done, so that's great. My second one starts today at 10 a.m. and it's on the European Convention on Human Rights. It's currently 8 o'clock, so I still have 2 hours left until that exam will begin. And the only good news about it is that it's an exam which is lasting over a few days. So you only need to work on it for about 2 hours according to the professor, but you can decide when you put in these 2 hours of work, and you only need to hand it in on Friday at noon. But I also have a second exam on Thursday, which will be in my English course. So I'm hoping to finish the European Convention on Human Rights exam today, but I currently feel miserable. I have a massive headache. I already took an aspirin, so I'm hoping that that one will kick in and, fix my problems. But until it does, I'm not feeling great. So my plan now is until 10 a.m. I'm just gonna chill on my bed and read a little bit more in my book. I've already, set up my place here with my cozy blanket, and then this is the book I'm currently reading. It's part of the Front of Glass series, but it's about a side character who, in all honesty, I'm not very invested in. Like, even as I was reading the main series, I was like, bro, if you die, I wouldn't care, because that side character, I never liked him anyway. So I'm not sure how invested I will be in reading this book, but we are gonna finish it so that we can get to the suspenseful ending of the series, because I really want to know how it ends now. And then I read a little bit in my book, but honestly I realized pretty quickly that it was a terrible idea to read while having a headache, because the two don't really mix well. So I decided to put the book away and take a short nap instead, and I was just hoping that that would help me a little bit with my headache. Okay, it's time to get to my desk. My exam questions will be released in a few minutes. I already have everything set up here, so I have my statute book right here, which contains the European Convention on Human Rights, and already an open document, so I can actually then write my exam. And yeah, now it's basically just time to wait for the questions to actually be released. So here's a short outfit of the day while we wait. This dress is from Miss Patina. I think it's so cute. And yeah, that's my exam outfit for today, so let's do it.
12 seconds later.
And here they are, so let's go. Also, by the way, the aspirin finally kicked in, so I'm feeling good again. And then it was time to get to work. We had 2 questions and we had to answer both of them, and we got a total of 1,600 words for our answers, which honestly isn't that much, so you have to make sure that you are making your points concisely, and you have to keep an eye on the word count. And I also kept all of my notes right next to me so that I could refer to the material from class while writing my answers for the exam.
Many hours later.
And I'm done, but I'm not feeling good about it. It is 3 p.m. now, so it's been a while. I had lunch in between, and I just feel like there is something wrong in what I wrote, but I can't really tell you what it is. But my gut feeling is not feeling good about this. So I'm not gonna hand it in already. I mean, I have until Friday. Today's only Wednesday. I'm gonna think about it for a little bit more, but for now, I mean, I do have like a first draft, sort of, of what I could hand in. And I don't think it's like totally wrong. I just feel like in the first answer, there's something that's not quite right, but I'm not sure what that something is. So I have to figure that out. But for now, I'm gonna stress bake, and hopefully, while I do that, I can think about it for a little bit more and maybe figure out what my problem with my first answer is. So yeah, off to the kitchen we go. A very warm welcome to all viewers of Stress Baking with Elena. Welcome to our kitchen. In the background we have this masterpiece which I created at age 9 when I thought I was Pablo Picasso. Don't worry, I have figured out since then that I certainly am not. And today we are baking chocolate brownies. And hopefully it's just gonna be easy, because as earlier viewers of Baking with Elena may know, the only requirement of Baking with Elena is that whatever we're making is as low effort as possible. So yeah, oh, this looks pretty good. I mean, we don't even need a form for the brownies because there's one in there. I love this already. So yeah, let's get started. The first step was folding this form for the brownies, and this is what it ended up looking like. And then it was time to make the dough, and it already smelled like chocolate, which I absolutely loved. But I'll admit it looked kind of weird when you put it into the form, but let's just trust the process. So then I put that into the oven, and of course I had to set myself a timer so that I wouldn't forget about the brownies and let them burn. And after that, I went back downstairs into my room because it was time for a lecture for my seminar paper. So I just went on Zoom, and then it was time for the lecture. So this day just keeps getting better and better because I am meant to be in a lecture now for my seminar paper. But whenever you click on the Zoom link that my professor sent to us, it says that the host has another meeting in progress. So I'm guessing that he's now holding the lecture in a different Zoom room and we don't have the link, which is great. I've emailed him, but since it's been half an hour since the lecture was meant to start, I doubt that we're still gonna get the correct link. Luckily, we don't need a lecture to write our seminar papers. I've already handed in my seminar paper quite a while ago. So you kind of just attend the lectures out of interest, but you know, when you don't have a link that works, you can't attend it. And I would be interested, so I would have liked to hear it, but that didn't really work out, did it? So the plan now is I'm just gonna go and get my brownies from the kitchen and stress eat and think about that exam question and what on earth is wrong with my answer, because I'm still not having a good gut feeling about it. And here are the brownies, and honestly the packaging didn't lie. Like, they look really good. They are still pretty hot though, so I'm gonna let them cool down a bit, and I'm gonna change into probably just some leggings because now it's almost 5 p.m. and I still have another class which will start at 6 p.m. and which will run until 7:30. So I'm just gonna change into something comfy, chill on my bed for an hour, and then it's time for the last class of the day. And no, I still haven't figured out what is wrong with my exam answer, but we will get there. We will get there. But first, let's change. And here's me in a much more chill outfit. So I just put on a gray shirt and some leggings and fuzzy socks. And then it was time to give these brownies a taste test because they were looking amazing and I really wanted to know whether they actually taste good. And yes, they passed the taste test. They are amazing. Highly recommend. And my teacher actually figured out that no one had showed up for the seminar paper lecture because the link he had sent to us was wrong. So we then actually got to hear the lecture. And after that, it was time for a public law class of mine, so I got out my statute book for that one. In the class, we discussed a case and how the law that we've learned from the lectures would apply to the relevant facts. So that was an interesting evening. My seminar paper meeting did end up happening because my professor realized that no one had showed up and it must have been due to the link. And so he fixed that, and then we did have the meeting, and after that I had my class in public law. It's a so-called Konversationsübung, which is basically just like a group discussion to help you then tackle the exam questions, and it's something that you do in addition to the lecture. And the course itself is called Staatsorganisationsrecht, which I guess a direct translation would be state organization law. It's basically about the relationship between different state organs and what different state organs are allowed to do and what happens when they do something that they aren't allowed to do. And that's why I have my statute book out for that. It was the final class in that course, so goodbye to the statute book. I'm not going to sit and examine this course because I took it voluntarily and I don't need to credit, so I just basically took it for fun. But honestly, it actually was really interesting, so no regrets on that front. It definitely was a difficult course, but I really did enjoy doing it. And yeah, now the plan is dinner because I'm hungry. And since it's exam season, I'm gonna treat myself to some fast food. So I'm gonna recruit my mom's partner to drive me to either McDonald's or KFC, you know, to go through the drive-through. And then I'm gonna overthink my exam answer for my European Convention on Human Rights course a little bit more because I still haven't figured out what's wrong. I don't know, maybe I am overthinking it too much. Maybe it isn't wrong. And look at that, I did manage to convince my mom's partner to go and get fast food with me.
1 hour later.
Will I figure out my struggle with my exam tonight? No, I don't think so. But I think I now know why my gut feeling is having a problem with my answer. And I think it's because I'm not sure whether a certain step that I put into my analysis is okay or whether I didn't need that step in that particular analysis. Or more like whether I'm even allowed to, you know, build that particular issue in there. And so I'm going to look at a few cases and see how the court worked with cases like that. And then I'm gonna fix my answer tomorrow because I have quite a bit of time tomorrow. My English exam only starts at 6 p.m. and I have nothing in my schedule before that exam. So I will use that time to, read cases and then figure out my answer for this exam. But now it's almost 9 p.m. and there's absolutely no point in, going down a rabbit hole of case law now. So the plan now is I'm just gonna read a little bit more for fun and then it's time to get ready for bed. Good morning, guys. It's the next day, and after researching some case law and stuff, I realized I didn't even need to do that. I should have just paid more attention when I looked at my notes because the solution to my problem was right here. So yeah, glad I found it though. Could have been quicker, but hey. I wasn't really sure whether I could use like a certain test kind of, like a certain structure of, looking whether what has been done by the court was okay or not. And the arguments will still apply, but you can't use this structure which I use. I hope this is making any sense whatsoever. If it's not, I'm sorry. Basically, the message is I need to change whatever is blue here, and then hopefully this should be correct. But I have also, in my existential fear of failure, emailed the office of my professor and just asked, could I theoretically sit the second examination in this course in case I fail the first one? The reply was, yeah, you can, though my professor sees no reason why I would fail, which honestly is more confidence in me than I have, but thank you so much. And that's that on massive fear of failure and a lot of imposter syndrome. So anyway, let's fix my exam. And then I got to work and I kept my notes from the class right next to me so that I could refer to them while writing my answer. And luckily I could recycle a lot of the arguments that I had previously used. I just had to reframe them. And there were also some new arguments that I added, but I also had to make sure that I'm staying within a word count since we only got 1,600 words for the answers to both questions together. So that's not really a lot, but it did work out in the end. What am I doing? I'm just wasting time. Anyway, this is my new hobby. I recently got this and I just keep doing this. I think it's kind of fun and like really satisfying. I don't know why, but this is what I do. I'm 21 years old and I guess you could say I'm satisfied by the simple things in life. You can actually take this off, it's magnetic. So I think it's pretty cool, I don't know. I'm not sponsored or anything, but I just wanted to share. Okay, I'm gonna stop embarrassing myself now. So, let's get to the important things in life. Did I finish my exam? Yes, I did. Ladies and gentlemen, we are done. Why did I wait with this announcement and just played around with my phone? I don't know. But look at this. This is my fully written exam. And I'm gonna hand it in later. But I'm done. That's good news. So now I'm really hungry and I need lunch because this was hard work. But I am so happy that I figured out what was wrong with it. My gut feeling did not fail me. So yeah, now it's done and I do actually feel good about it now. So I can hand this in and be okay with it. So the plan now is I'm gonna eat some lunch, read over this for one last time, and then I'm gonna hand it in and be done with it. And then it's time to wait until my English exam begins. First things first, lunch. I had some noodle salad, which was really good, and then I went back into my room and it was time to proofread my exam answers. I got out my statute book, which contains the European Convention on Human Rights, so that I can check all the legal provisions that I cited, as well as my notes, just to make sure that everything I said in the answers is actually correct. And I also got my book out because I was planning to read after finishing the exam. But first, it was time to look over these answers. And once I finished proofreading, I submitted it, so this is finally done. And then I just gave myself some time to read, and honestly, I really liked the book. It is very suspenseful like the rest of the series, and I think there are some issues which will affect the main story, but I also have to admit I'm still not very invested in that side character. I don't know why I dislike him so much, but I just do. But I still am interested in the storyline because there are a lot of things that I think can become relevant for the main story. So I am still excited about the book, even though the main character isn't really my cup of tea. I got quite a bit further in the book, so this is what I've already read and this is what I have yet to read from the book. And I decided to then take a short nap. It was shortly after 4 p.m. and my English exam would only start at 6, so I decided to take a 30-minute nap with the Calm app. This is not sponsored or anything, but I find these nap time stories really helpful because they wake you up after the 30 minutes and it just helps me calm down and fall asleep when it's a bit of a guided nap, to say so. And then after dinner, I then set up everything for my English exam in the living room. Since the English exam required us to have our camera on the entire time in the Zoom meeting, I put everything into the living room because the Wi-Fi is better there and I just didn't want to risk it during the exam.
2 hours later.
And it's done. I finished my English exam. It is now almost 8 p.m. So it's been an eventful day, kind of. I mean, I finished 2 exams, so it's kind of a big deal to me. So the big exam week is over. Now, that doesn't mean I'm done with my exams. I still have one left, which is legal history, but that one will only happen in August, so that's still quite a while to go. And then I also have an optional language exam for which I signed up when I thought, Elena has too much time in her hands. I don't know where I get these ideas from. I didn't just take a voluntary course in Staatsorganisationsrecht. No, in addition to that public law course, I was like, let me also take this additional English certificate exam for which I have to self-study one entire English course because I need the materials from that course to pass the exam. Yeah, I don't know why I thought that was a good idea. But sometimes I get these stupid thoughts and then I just run with them. So anyway, that one will be at the end of July, I believe, and then I'll still have legal history to do, and then it will all be done. Yippee-yi-yi. So yeah, but for now, we're free. Short freedom, but freedom. So yeah, I think this is also a good point to end the vlog. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm really glad that I figured out what was wrong with my European Convention on Human Rights exam because there was something really wrong there. So yeah, everything went well in the end. Hopefully, I mean, we'll see when I get my exam results. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed watching this vlog. Thank you so much for, sticking with me and watching me suffer in exam season. And if you're still doing your exams, I hope they're going well and I wish you all the best. And yeah, have a nice day. Bye.